Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, how do you navigate these holidays without packing on the pounds? We'll be talking to a nationally known health and fitness expert next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I don't know about you, but I love the holidays and I dread the holidays. And I dread the holidays for the same reason that many people dread the holidays, all the food. I mean, think about it. Every company has parties. Every time you get invited out on a Friday, Saturday night, there's all this amazing food. Sometimes you're having 2 Thanksgivings or 2 Christmas dinners. We all know the drill. To navigate these holidays without packing on the pounds, Shannon Sutton, she's a health and fitness expert. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me, Jeff. I'm really happy to be here.
Absolutely. Well, I'm really impressed, and we're going to learn more about your background in a second. But talk to us about clients that you work with. What kind of clients do you like?
Typically, I work with business owners, executives, entrepreneurs to navigate not only a busy holiday season, but navigating work-life balance, and maybe it's traveling to stay on top of their health and even lose some weight and feel good doing it.
Sure, and traveling can be kind of a nightmare because not only are you off your routine, but you know, you can make every excuse in the world not to go to the gym when you're traveling. Yes. So talk about, what are some basic things we can all do to get through these holidays without looking like Santa come Christmas.
Of course. And honestly, I believe how to be successful through the holiday season is planning ahead, because just like you said, Jeff, it's not only just one deal, one dinner, one day a week, it's a holiday season. So we're going to a lot of events right now, and that includes, of course, the great food, the comfort food, alcoholic beverages, and all kinds of things. And so it's not that one day is going to make or break, but just having a routine and a strategy that's going to help you feel successful and not feel like Santa again come the new year.
Sure, and Shannon has incredible discipline, and part of that she learns through martial arts. We're going to show some pictures of you and some of the people that you work with. So why don't you narrate it for us? What are we looking at?
So what we're looking at here are some medals that I got at jiu-jitsu tournaments, which is a wonderful way to not only see how your skill is developing within martial arts. I specifically train Brazilian jiu-jitsu, but it's a good way to just challenge yourself and, help yourself grow. And the reason why I love martial arts so much, I've been in this about 4 years now, and I found it when I was at a pretty strange place in life. I'm newly single as a young adult, and I wanted to be able to protect myself and defend myself. But honestly, little did I know that it'd be really life-changing and a great community, a great physical challenge, a great mental challenge as well.
Sure, and I know for a lot of kids out there, it instills self-confidence, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yes, absolutely. I work with kids on a almost daily basis throughout the week, and we see kids' confidence grow a lot. They become more confident not only with their peers, but also talking to adults and handling different situations in the real world too at school.
Sure, we've got some more video that we're going to put up of you out there. Tell us what we're looking at right now.
Yeah, so here I'm training with a friend in the gi. This is something that's pretty spectacular. This is a very interesting technique. This is called the worm guard. So with grappling, it's not just about moving your opponent's body, but you can use what they're wearing as well against them, like a tool.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I mean, is it kind of like we see on TV in the movies? Is it kind of like Chuck Norris type stuff?
I'd really be interested to know what Chuck Norris does. I'm not sure. I've heard he has some pretty impeccable skills. So it's probably something similar, just knowing body mechanics and how to use them to your advantage and to the disadvantage of your opponents, as we see here in this picture.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, and I love your posts. You're always giving words of affirmation. You're always giving helpful tips. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and play this video.
Hey guys, just wanted to share a lunchtime thought. Just got lunch with Molly here. And honestly, I think where a lot of people go wrong with their health, their fitness, their wellness is a lot of people start, of course, with, I want to lose weight. I want to lose like 20 pounds, 15 pounds, whatever the number is, it really doesn't matter. And it's kind of an external thing. It's, I want to do this so I look like that. And yeah, I get it. It's a motivator, and that's great. Everyone needs that motivation to get started. But really where you're going to see something last long term and actually change your life is when you realize how good you feel when you take care of your body. It's not always fun. We don't always have that motivation to get up, to go to the gym, to eat right, to do all the things. But when you realize, when you take care of yourself by paying attention to what you put in your body, the environment you're in, when you exercise, when you get your movement in for the day, you have better energy. You feel better. You speak a little bit faster. Your confidence is more. So you're just a more confident person, and you bring a lot more to the table. And that's whether that's in your family, in your career, whatever you do, in your friendships, your relationships. You are a better version of yourself because you feel good from the inside out, and you sleep better, you're less irritable, you're less bloated, like your body isn't fighting you anymore. You're finally getting to a point where you're in a balance, you're in like this homeostasis. So just a little bit of food for thought. It's not only about your looks, that's a plus, but when you realize that when you can have an easy and sustainable way to look good and feel good from the inside out, so you're not constantly tired and foggy and whatever it might be, it really does stick. And that's when you know you've made the right lifestyle changes. So when we talk about doing something that's sustainable, it's not doing restrictive diets, because that's not going to work. It's typically doesn't work more than a few weeks or a few months, or crazy exercise routines. If you're killing yourself in the gym, or you're beating yourself up because you didn't make it 6 or 7 days this week, don't do it. It's not worth it. And you're putting more effort and energy into like the negative thinking by it, that you didn't do something perfect how you planned, which life isn't perfect. Life never goes as planned. I'm sure, like we all know. So if it seems easy, continue to do it. And then you'll figure out how to make it better for you, how to challenge yourself. So stay well, stay awesome. If you have any questions, health, food, weight loss, energy, productivity.
So I know that there are a lot of people watching this right now saying, well, sure, it's easy for you. You never had an extra pound in your life, but you were telling me that you were unhealthy at one point.
Absolutely. And I never thought I would get to that point, but you know, life takes over sometimes, and it just happens, and we don't realize until it's kind of gone too far sometimes. And how that happened to me, believe it or not, Jeff, I'm about 5'3". If I stand up nice and tall, I had about 25 extra pounds on my body. And how that come to happen is I became an entrepreneur at 22 years old. And when you become an entrepreneur and you're driven, you really pour every ounce of everything you have into that business to help it grow. And that's exactly what I did. And after about a little over 2 years, I realized how it was affecting me, not only how I look, but it was pouring into all other areas of my life too. I wasn't sleeping well, extremely stressed, foggy, bloated, just didn't feel good in my skin. And obviously that affects my confidence too. So it's not that I just wanted to lose that extra weight. I really realized I needed to lose that weight for my health and even being able to be there and pour into my company continuously. And that put me on a journey. And of course, now I'm healthy and I know exactly how to help other entrepreneurs who are just in a position just like me. And that's really what I love doing today.
Talk about making it fun, because I think so many people, they see this, thing on TV, so they buy it, and the next thing you know, it becomes like a coat rack because they didn't really enjoy doing it. Is the secret really to find an exercise that you love? It could be swimming for some people, it could be kickboxing for other people. What's the secret?
Exactly, and it is finding something that you enjoy, which, people want to say CrossFit is the best, HIIT is the best, cardio, whatever. As long as you can show up and enjoy the time that you have to invest in your fitness routine, that's what's going to be sustainable and successful for you. If I was to make you do an exercise you just hated and you didn't like me as a coach, you didn't like the routine, you're gonna find those excuses to not show up and to not put in that effort, even if it's just 20 or 30 minutes a few times a week. Find something that you just enjoy, you enjoy doing, you enjoy learning more about, and you can build on that and challenge yourself in different ways.
Okay, we're almost out of time. Talk about what it's like to engage you. We're going to show your LinkedIn profile here in a second, but do you get on the phone or meet people in person to figure out if it's a good fit, or what is it like to engage you?
So on LinkedIn is a great way to engage, but you can send me a message there and we can have a short chat, or if you find my website, peak-health.fit, then we can have an inquiry come through there and we can jump on the phone and figure out what kind of routine is going to work best for you.
Outstanding. Shannon, you've been an amazing guest. We're going to end, of course, with her LinkedIn profile, and go ahead and reach out to her for all your questions. The great Shannon Sutton, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much, Jeff.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.